Thank you. You know, when I was a little kid, I lived on the farm, and of course we were remote. We were kind of way out in the country. There wasn't anybody to play with as a child. And so I had to pretend. I know that a lot of the young folks today don't even necessarily know what that is, but every day we had a grove around our farmyard that was a large stand of pine trees and so on. And every day, of course, I would watch TV when it was black and white back in those days, and we would watch war films, of course, and we would also watch cowboys and Indians. Those were the two favorite things that if you were 6 or 7 years old back in those days, you watched that on TV. Well, anyway, so every day I would go out to the grove and pretend that I was engaged in a drama, cowboys and Indians, or some kind of a drama of sorts. Maybe it's a war drama in Japan or whatever. That was a favorite thing. And I would get into it, and I would stay in that, right? And I'd create forts, and I'd be crawling around, and I'd be shooting imaginary enemies and different Indians and different things like that, you know. And I did it. And it was very enjoyable to me, but I had no choice. There was really nothing to do on the farm. I could play ball a little bit, but my parents were busy doing their work, and so I just really had to find something to do that could entertain me. And that's what I did. Every day for hours, I was out in the grove pretending that I was playing a certain role, and different drama, and different things were happening, and so on and so forth. Now, here I am years later, decades later, and when I sit down and I work with clients as a consultant, people will say, "Where'd you come up with that?" Right? Where did you come up with that? I would have never thought of that. It's like you just pulled something out of thin air, and suddenly we've got a project and a campaign, or we got some kind of a big thing going on. Where did you come up with that? See? And of course, the real answer was, I practiced imagining things. I practiced being creative, if you will. I had no choice, and I got good at imagining outcomes, imagining scenarios. Now, I'm bringing up all of this because today, of course, technology has eliminated a lot of that process. There's different things, lots of entertainment everywhere. So if you're a little kid, you don't have to go do that kind of thing anymore. You don't have to concoct something that you can then interact with and pretend you're this person or that person. But I have to tell you, there's a tremendous loss, tremendous gap there mentally. I want to say in the human race, but certainly in our country today. And it's hurting us in the business scenario. It's hurting us on the outcome side. In fact, Time magazine ran an article, it was a cover story just a couple of years ago, about how our children in elementary grades now in particular are being taught how to pass tests. You know, they're pretty good at passing tests, and then they run off and play some structured game, football or basketball, whatever, but they have no real unstructured time to just make up something and enjoy it rather than go, "Oh, I'm really bored," you know. And I have to tell you, this is the heart and soul of the revitalization that we are part of today. People say, how are we going to get out of this? How are we going to get our company going again in COVID-19? How are we going to, and the answer is creativity. I don't mean to sound like a cliche, I don't mean to lay it on everything, but if you want better sales results, creativity is the solution. If you want leaders to make more enlightened decisions so that they really are leaders and not just managers, creativity is going to be the solution to that. If you want your website to stand out from the 17,000 other people that do what you do, creativity is going to be the key to that. As we move into video and audio and all these various permutations of multimedia, and you want them to stand out, you want to win, you want somebody to push a button and call you and say, "Talk to me," right? Creativity is the answer to your problem. My name is Lynn Hinderrocker. If you need a creativity or an innovation seminar, a forum, a coaching along these lines, and believe me, as I've tried to imply here, you do, please call on me and track me down. My name is Lynn Hinderacher, 208-5519, area code 402 in the Omaha, Nebraska area. I'm happy to work with you and help bring creativity and new energy, new possibilities to your organization. Creativity is the key. Thanks for watching. Thank you.